Welcome again for newsbriefing. Heavy blow to Putin. Putin's fundamental and historical mistake. Putin's new hit targets. Ukraine announced to the world Russia-Ukraine war news. News Bulletins 1. The Russians were in control of about 70% of the city, but they had to withdraw in the last 2 days. 2. Putin's fundamental and historical mistake for his people, for himself and for history. 3. Putin's new hit targets. Well, what happened in the last 2 days? The Ukrainian War, which began on the orders of Russian President Putin, was the fourth in the month. The two countries are colliding with all their efforts in the east of Ukraine. In war, the wind has been blowing from Russia for a while.it was turned back. While the Russian efforts, which continued their advance in the region, strengthened the withdrawal of the Ukrainian army. There was a growth that upset all Putin's plans. Luhansk Regional Governor Serhiy Haidai signed the attention-grabbing statements regarding the recent growth in the region. The regional governor said in a statement that the eastern in Severodonetsk in Ukraine it included the information that the Russian forces lost territory. Haidai said, the Russians were in control of about 70% of the city, but they had to withdraw in the last 2 days, he said. If Russia captures Severodonetsk and Lysychansk, it will have taken over the entire Luhansk region in this course. Zelensky, who summarized the situation in the region as very difficult, said that nearly 100 soldiers were killed every day. He announced that they lost their lives while being patient with the Russian attacks. Russia claims that more than 300 soldiers were killed in 1 day. There are many different reports about Russia's loss of troops in the war. Ukraine claims that more than 30,000 Russian soldiers have died since the beginning of the war. Moscow is the issue. He made his first and last official statement on March 2. Let's now look at the mistake Putin has made. French President Emmanuel Macron made statements about the Russia-Ukraine war. Asked if the Russia-Ukraine war risks escalating, Macron said that the situation is worrying. Therefore, from December 2021 he said he could not count the number of meetings he has had with Russian President Vladimir Putin since then. Macron said that these talks were carried out in a transparent manner and with the President of Ukraine. He said it happened at Zelensky's request. I think Putin made a fundamental and historical mistake for his people, for himself and for history, Macron said. I told him that. Emmanuel Macron said that the Russian president himself he said that he is isolating himself and that it is difficult for him to get out of this situation. We must not humiliate Russia, the day the war stopped, Macron said. Let's build a way out diplomatically. I believe the role of France as mediator, he said. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba reacted to these words of Macron. Calls to avoid humiliating Russia, only France and this it can humiliate all other countries that make the call. It is Russia that humiliates itself. We'd all better focus on how to position Russia. This will bring peace and save lives, he said. Now, what are new hits for Putin? The war in Ukraine continues at full speed. The Russian forces, who captured Mariupol, also took over the other cities in the east of the country. While the West, especially the USA, continues to provide weapons to Ukraine, Russian President Putin made statements that fell like a bomb on the agenda. Putin, if the West supplies long-range missiles to Ukraine, he said Moscow will hit new targets. In his statement, Putin made the following statement: we will draw the appropriate conclusions and put our weapons on targets we have not shot before. We'll use it to hit. The Russian president also stated that new arms deliveries to Kiev were aimed at prolonging the conflict. Minutes after Putin's warning, Moscow Eastern European countries arranged the tanks supplied to Ukraine to Kiev. He said he destroyed it in airstrikes. Spokesperson of the Russian Ministry of Defense Igor Konashenkov, high precision, fired by the Russian Air Force on the outskirts of Kiev, long-range missiles, T-72 tanks supplied by Eastern European countries, and destroyed the other armored vehicles in the hangars, he said. See you in the next briefing. Kindly subscribe, like and leave a comment below.